Good afternoon. It is June 20th, 2025, and today this is just a range day, and we pretty much closed right at the 50% mark. So let's take a look at the daily chart, and you can see right there that's the bar opened down here and formed a big tail on top and closed at the 50% area. Today is Friday, so let's take a look at the weekly chart. So just a doji with a bull body. We could be reversing back to the EMA. That would make sense to me. I think we have one more week of trading for the month. And this is what it looks like on the monthly chart right now. So if we get more selling next week and create like a bear reversal, then we could correct back to this monthly EMA at 56.42. But let's take a look at the daily chart. This is the 2700 tick chart, and we had a strong move up when the market reopened yesterday afternoon. So we gapped up, and let me delete these Fibonacci numbers. But you can see we gapped up, had a strong move up. We corrected to about the what is that? About the 33% correction at mark, and then we bounced again and just took off from there. So here's how I drew this move: is where the last bar closed yesterday, all the way to the top of this bull move, the body, and then I just copied and pasted, and that pretty much took us to an exact measured move. So those are the things you got to look out for. And another thing I want to point out is we were moving in this channel. What is that? June 18th. So yesterday was the holiday. So on June 18th, we were in this broad bear channel. And then we get a strong sell-off that was at the end of June 18th, Wednesday, into yesterday, June 19th, the holiday. The market was open until I think 10 a.m. Pacific time yesterday, and it just continued to sell off. So what happened? Well, when the opposite of what is normal happens, this is what Al Brooks says: computers look for a measured move. So we have this bear channel, and a bull breakout is more likely in a bear channel. But here we got a bear breakout. And so what you do is you look for a measured move. Well, we went a little bit beyond the measured move, but then but you have an idea that this might be oversold at this point, especially if you draw, here I drew this pink channel. When you get an overshoot of that, and we're overshooting the measured move of this bear channel, that might be a good place to get long or start getting long. And you can see we just get this double bottom, and the market closes near that double bottom, and then it just gaps up and takes off. So anyway, 5 o'clock comes in. We're about at this. We're near where this move ended. So if you're still thinking we're going to get a measured move, this might be a good place to just jump in, put your stop down here, and go for the measured move. Or you can put your stop all the way down here and just look at the risk reward like it's 1-to-1 or close to 1-to-1. But on this chart, not really a good entry for any scalps. When you get these two strong bull bars here and it pulls back, maybe you let's see, maybe you look for like a 50% pullback, and you can see that's exactly where people jumped in. They took the 50% pullback, and that's when boom, it rocketed up to the measured move. People took profits. I also should note here that we have a gap. When we broke out above this high, the pullback did not close that gap, and that's a sign of strong bulls. So anyway, we get this tight bull channel, and you actually get a breakout above that tight bull channel. So it's overbought. So it's kind of like the situation I was explaining over here, just on a smaller scale. You have this tight bull channel. We get a breakout to the high side, right at the measure move. Great place to take profits, and that's what a bunch of people did. Then you get this two-legged pullback. It bounces. Could you go for a scalp here? I think you could go for a scalp here. What's the size of that bar? So that's a 4-point bar. So if you go for like 4 points there, or just go for like 50% of this move, yeah, you could do that. Anyway, we make this double top, and then the selling comes in, and we form this bear channel here. And this is not very clear. Let me redraw this. This is probably how it is. You have a strong move down right here, and then just chop sideways, and we break out to the low side, and it chops sideways again. So you do get a pullback and a second entry short right here, and that would have been an excellent entry. And you can see that's what, 6 very strong bear bars in a row. And when we overshot the channel, people took profits. It pulls back, not quite to the EMA, and then you get the second leg pullback. So you could argue for going short here too. And that confirms the trend line. Unfortunately, you got a little bull body, so you might hesitate to pull the trigger, but it turns out to be a good move. We get some sideways stuff, pushes down again, pulls back, pushes down, pulls back, pushes down, and that's where we bottom out. And you get 1 leg up, 2 legs up, and for the most part, we were just going sideways for the rest of the day. I don't really see a whole lot that I like here. You could argue for going short there. If you see it like we got 1 leg up, a break, move to a new high, double top, lower high, big bear bar. I understand why people would want to get short there, looking for a test of the low of this channel. And we don't get there. Probably get like 66% of the way. And then we just go sideways. And there's reasons to like this long here. But then it just goes sideways. And we get a whole lot of other sideways stuff. I mean, if you're playing a range right here, there's a lot of overlap, then I could see why. I had to pause the video, but I think I was talking about this move. So this is the top of a range. We failed to break out the first time, failed to break out the second time. I could understand why someone would get short here. And it turns out to be a much better move than you would be expecting. And we come down to about the 50% mark of this area. And then it just rockets up. That dies out. You got a bear channel here. But these signal bars, you're going right into the bottom of the channel. Get an overshoot, and then it just goes sideways. And that's pretty much it for the day. So there's one last look at the 2700 tick chart. One last look at the daily chart, the weekly chart, Hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back Monday.